¿Cómo está ka? Mabuti? Good. Yeah, little Tagalog for you guys. Yeah, because we are going all the way to the Philippines with this review. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazable coming at you with a new music review. Today, I'm checking out the debut release EP of a band called Espervene with their debut called Concrete Delusions. A little background on this band is that they are a Filipino electronic ambient sound group that's been around since about 2019 with two members in it, one being Liz, who provides a lot of the vocals, and JJ, who does a lot of guitar work and synth work for their music. And a lot of their music deals with personal struggles and taking all those negative things in life and reworking them into musical interpretations of how they feel at that moment in their life. And so with this debut, they've been working on it for a couple of years now. And, I'm really awesome that they hit me up for a review. I'm always happy to help people out, small artists, big artists, it doesn't matter who, just happy to help. So like always, salamat po. With this debut, I can say that the overall sound and feels are just covered in haunting emotions, sensuality, and just overall soft and ambient feelings throughout this whole debut. Across the 7 tracks of this EP, Found Me, Minus, Captive, Sleepwalk, Become, Hope, and Enough, I would say that this album is built upon ghostly vocals that are just floating around over some really dense and ambient textures. And it is also guided by the dark wave rhythms and synths that just permeate throughout the whole album. And you just feel like you're going in and out of a light dream-like state. From the first moments on the first track, Found Me, there's a strong sense of mood with this music. The mood being set here is like, the stillness of a desert during the sunrise, because you have some siren-like vocals that just feel very mesmerizing, and they're layered over some really slow burning, I guess you could say, landscape-esque building sounds of deep, eerie beats and crashing cymbals that just invoke those feelings of being in a desert and watching the sunrise slowly. It just takes you over. So I want to play a small clip of Found Me so you get a sense of just the mood they're setting here. I became someone I never knew. Changing is forever cursed. I lost myself, seeking something. Has a very eerie and just like deep feel to it. Tracks like Minus and Becoming have a similar feel, like you're being on like a mythical and magical plane of existence, balancing out groovy and head nodding bass lines with some really spectral like vocals that feel very layered and at the same time feel very intimate yet so distant at the same time with the way the vocals are being performed here. So I want to play a clip of Minus for you so you get a sense of just the continuation of the moods they're setting here with their sounds. I can't see from this quite haunting. The synth work throughout this whole album kind of like flirts with retro nostalgia, particularly the song Sleepwalk. It conjures a very 80s inspired atmosphere that, wouldn't be that strange like if it was on the song Stranger Things. But they add a little bit of a twist with it by adding some like more unsettling and surreal feelings and sounds with their synth work. One of the duo's greatest strength is their ability to create emotional gravity through just minimal work. Songs like Captive and Hope, lean more into this restraint by having really drawn out riffs and very stop and go style beats and rhythms that just really pull you in with their slow and immersive groove. So I want to play a clip of Hope for you right now so you get a sense of just that, minimalist feeling that you get with their music. really draws you in. The vocals take on a ghostly elegance, haunting in their delivery and often hypnotic with how they're stretched over sparse and moody instrumentation with this duo and this music they're making. The bass lines are, a reoccurring highlight on this album because they're very thick, they're warm, and very grounding. Even in the album's most abstract moments, the bass is very consistent. But this album, Concrete Delusion, is also marked by tension between control and chaos. Because one of the things that keeps kind of popping up throughout the whole listening experience is that once the track kind of settles into a very mesmerizing groove, the mix often just surges with its volume spikes, distorted riffs, and overpowering synths that just flood this very ambient and soft soundscapes. These shifts can feel very disorienting, like on the song Sleepwalk or the tail end of Captive, where it's very clear, it's very emotional, it's grabbing you with the quieter moments, but then you get everything gets drowned out by these really sudden barrages of large sounds. It's a reoccurring issue that prevents a lot of the tracks on this album from fully reaching their potential. But I will say the album, it does end on a really good note, because the final track on this album, Enough, really does a good job of balancing out that dark wave heaviness while also fully embracing the ambient clarity that makes this band sound so good. And I gotta say, the vocals and the instrumentation really build upon each other here rather than like really compete with one another. It just feels like accumulation of everything that's happened on this album because it's the last track, but it just feels like nothing on here is about like contrast with this song, and it's just more about cohesion. So Enough really blends those two styles that they're presenting here very nicely. This debut from Espervene is a very interesting and I would say promising debut because it does a good job of sonically pushing and pulling between beauty and noise, serenity and uneasiness. So on a high note, I would say this band clearly has a vision that they're trying to execute here. They have some really good vocal presence and good textural instincts to create something really special. And I would say with some more refined dynamics and a greater focus on letting the quieter moments really breathe and show off those strengths they have in creating those ambient sounds, the duo could really evolve into something that's truly captivating. As it stands, I would say this debut is definitely worth a sit through. Just be prepared that there's going to be some moments on here like that are very dream-like and just very, chill. And then things are just going to get a little bit too loud at times. So overall, I would give this debut from Espervene from the Philippines a good and decent 6.5 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think. Thanks for coming on by. I'm Matt from Diazable, and always salamat po, and see you in the pit.